All right, let's jump right in. For centuries, scientific discovery has been a human thing, purely human. But what if our most powerful new partner in the lab wasn't human at all? We're talking about artificial intelligence, and it's not just another tool in the toolbox. It's actually becoming a collaborator, and it's set to change the very way science gets done.
So here's the massive problem we're all facing. An information deluge, a tsunami of it. The amount of scientific research being published is just exploding. It's growing so ridiculously fast that it's literally impossible for any one person or even a whole team to really keep up with their own field, let alone connect the dots with others.
So, if that next game-changing idea is buried in a connection between two random papers from totally different fields, how on earth would anyone ever find it? That's the challenge, right? And it really sets the stage for a whole new kind of scientific partner.
Okay, first, let's really get a handle on the sheer scale of this problem. We are, and this is not an exaggeration, we are drowning in data. You've got to appreciate this shift. Just a few decades ago, the really hard part was just getting your hands on the research. Now, we have almost instant access to everything. The bottleneck has moved. It's not about finding information anymore. It's about synthesis. It's about making sense of this gigantic, fragmented ocean of knowledge and actually spotting those crucial links.
And this, right here, is where AI steps onto the scene. And not just as some fancy search engine, but as a real lab partner that can help at literally every stage of the scientific process.
This partnership creates a completely new way of working, a new workflow. Right from the get-go, AI helps with three huge things. First, navigating that sea of literature we talked about. Second, figuring out the right people to form teams with. And third, even helping generate that initial spark of a new idea.
So how exactly does it tame this flood of data? Well, an AI partner can chew through and synthesize thousands of papers in minutes. It can dig up these hidden, cross-disciplinary connections, linking, say, an idea from material science with a technique from genomics that no human would have ever thought to connect. Get this, it can even translate the jargon between fields so researchers can actually talk to each other. And this is critical. It keeps track of its sources, showing exactly where it got its information. It can even scan a scientist's work and say, hey, you really ought to team up with this person halfway across the world. Their expertise is the exact piece you're missing. It's incredible.
But we're going way beyond just organizing stuff here. AI is actively helping to generate brand new, testable hypotheses. It does this by pulling inspirational ideas from existing work, using clever prompts to kind of push for new angles. And then, and this part is just wild, it acts like another researcher, critiquing and revising those ideas, making sure they're still grounded in solid science. It's like having this brilliant, creative brainstorming partner that has read everything and never needs a coffee break.
Okay, now we're going to get into something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, but it is happening today. We're moving from AI that just thinks about data to AI that can physically run experiments.
Just let that sink in for a moment. This isn't just another small step. This is a monumental shift. AI is coming out of the computer and stepping into the actual physical lab. And that brings us to this key idea, agentic AI. This isn't a model that just answers a question you type in. An agentic system can literally perceive its environment, create a complex plan from scratch, carry out actions using real tools like lab robots, and then learn from the results, all on its own, to achieve some big goal a human gave it. This quote just nails it. These platforms manage the whole loop: sense, plan, act. And this isn't just a concept. There are real systems, like one called Cost Scientist, that have already shown they can autonomously carry out complex chemical research. I mean, they read the instruction manuals, control the lab instruments, and figure out how to optimize reactions all by themselves.
Of course, with this kind of mind-blowing power comes some very, very serious risks and challenges. We have to talk about the potential ghosts in this new machine.
So on one hand, the promise is just staggering, right? Speeding up discovery, automating experiments. But on the other hand, the dangers are very real. These AI models can have what's called brittle reasoning. It means they can be a super genius at one thing, but then fail in bizarre, unexpected ways on a slightly different problem. And their decision-making can be totally opaque, a black box, making it super hard for us to figure out why they did what they did.
And this is exactly why, at every single step, human oversight is absolutely irreplaceable. An AI can't make an ethical call on whether a line of research is a good idea. It can't give that final gut check validation of a result that looks too good to be true. A human has to be in the loop to watch for those reasoning failures, to apply creative wisdom, and at the end of the day, to decide which scientific questions are even worth asking in the first place.
So how do we move forward? The goal isn't to slam on the brakes, but to weave this technology in responsibly, to build a future where we can trust the science that AI helps us create.
The source material lays out a really clear blueprint for this. Number one, we need to fund the creation of AI tools that are open and easy to audit. Number two, we have to establish independent oversight, especially for these AIs that are running their own experiments. Number three, require total transparency. Researchers have to be upfront about exactly how AI was used in their work. And finally, number four, promote AI literacy so that every scientist understands what their new partner can do and, just as importantly, what it can't.
And this quote really brings it all home. This is the central idea. The path forward is what's called a mixed initiative paradigm. Basically, think of it like a true partnership. The human sets the direction and makes the final judgment call, but the AI does the incredible heavy lifting in between. It's a system where AI's power augments, but never, ever replaces that final human judgment and creativity.
Make no mistake, this transformation is happening right now. AI is fundamentally rewriting the process of discovery, a process that has defined human progress for thousands of years. So the big question for all of us is, are we ready to step into this brand new role and be its co-author for the next chapter of science?